All right, folks, back on the Bossman show, new head coach. Back is alma mater, Patrick Sellers, Central Connecticut State, the Blue Devils up there out of the NEC Conference. Coach, how you doing, man? Good to talk to you, man.
Doing well, doing well. Happy to be on the show and looking forward to talking some hoops. And we got these Knicks going down to Atlanta coming soon, so that's going to be interesting.
Let me ask you about that, Coach. I'm shocked that Tom Thibodeau actually made some adjustments finally, even though I still think, Coach, he should have put Trey Young in pick and rolls, so they're running the same side pick and rolls in the middle, pick over Randall and Rose. Make Trey Young guard one of them on switches. Letting him hat on Bullock is not going to help you down the road in Atlanta, I don't think, Coach.
Right. You know what? The Knicks look like they got this last couple of games a lot of reluctant offensive players. Even Randall, like they just got caught up in the atmosphere in the Garden, the pressure of the playoffs. A lot of the guys got reluctant. So D Rose came in and kind of just settled everybody down and like was aggressive. And that made Randall relax in the second half. But you're right. You got to take advantage of Trey a little bit with his size and pick and rolls and trying to make him defend someone, make him work. And everybody was talking about Trey's 22 years old. I think he would play 35 minutes. They should up his minutes, but he's probably getting worn down. With the physicality of the playoffs every night.
Well, Coach, I love Nate McMillan, what he's done over the years, but he's really in that old school thinking of I don't want to over burn out my guys per se. Look, you can go up 2-0 in the Garden, go with Trey Young and Bogey Bogdanovich and try to go for the kill. Now you let the Knicks back in the series now. And the thing about it, this coach, as I always say, Tibbs is stubborn. So with Tibbs actually make Trey Young guard somebody, he's hiding on the weak side on Bullock. That's what he's hiding it. Put him in action. Make him, you can beat the Hawks, you put him in action. Simple as that.
He got to play late last night, though. Late in the game, Tibbs, it came out of a timeout. I think it was a pick and roll on the other side. He was guarding Bullock, and Trey fell asleep, and they did a wide pin down, and Bullock got open, and Trey was late, and Carter made a three late. It was a big shot. So, I think that Tibbs is good, man. He's doing a good job at it. He's got these guys playing. Actually, I coached at the high school that Tibbs went to. So I know Tibbs really well. So, yeah, man, he's going to get these guys right. He's old school. He's hard-nosed. He wants his team to play like that. And I think it's really helped the Knicks because we've been starving for some basketball in the New York area for a long time. So you got it back a little bit.
Yes, sir. And I'm looking forward to Friday and Sunday here in Atlanta. I'm looking forward to it and seeing the State Farm Arena. Because what happens is, because, Coach, a lot of New Yorkers in Atlanta. So
right, yeah, exactly.
It's going to be a split crowd. And what happens at Hawks games when the Lakers come to town, it's really not a Hawks home game. It's more of a home game.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping there's not too many Knicks fans. I know it's going to be a good number. I'm hoping not too many. But looking like it may be a New York-Atlanta split this weekend down here in Atlanta, man.
Split crowd. Yeah, you're right. My brother, there's so many transplants in Atlanta, so I know exactly what you're talking. My brother lives down there. He said he goes to games sometimes. He said, man, we got more people cheering for the Lakers than the Hawks, So I understand what you're talking about.
Every time that coach tell me this, man, you got this job at alma mater. Tell me how it makes you feel, man, that they came to you, wanted to bring this program back to where it used to be, man, when you played there, man, and tackled the NEC, man.
I'm excited, man. I went to school here, and when I was as a player, we weren't very good. We were not very good. We had just went Division I a couple of years before I got here, and we were trying to navigate our way through Division I. And like we were back in the days, this is old school. We were independent, and a lot of independent conferences. You just play games all over the place. So we played in Hawaii, California, Texas. We went everywhere to play. And then once we got into a conference, then things started getting kind of stabilized, and that's when the program started changing. And then what happened was there was another alum, Howie Dickerman, who came back here, I want to say mid-'90s as the head coach. He was an assistant at UConn. He came back, and that's when things started going in the right direction. He started off with 4 freshmen, and they built a culture of hard work and toughness. And those guys, I came in when those guys were juniors and seniors, And that year we were 25-4, had the player of the year. And we dominated the league offensively and defensively. We were number one in both categories. It was a lot of fun. We won the championship, went to the NCAA tournament. Actually played Iowa. We were a 15 seed. We played Iowa State in the first round, tied the game with 4 minutes to go with the ball. We had a chance to like steal the game. The fans are going nuts for us. We ended up, we couldn't finish it out. They beat us. And then 2 years later, we go and we break the record for the win total in the league. We had 27 wins, 19-game winning streak. Our best player got drafted by the Sacramento Kings. The next year, we have a guy who was like freshman of the year, ended up being player of the year. So we had it really, really rolling it. And I ended up leaving and going to UMass and then UConn and coached. They kept going and went to another NCAA tournament a few years later. And then coach retired recently, 5-6 years ago. And the program was kind of just falling on hard times. And so, obviously this is a very special place for me. I went to school here. I know everybody here. There's an opportunity to come back. So I'm like, hey, man, if I got a shot, I definitely want to come back and I want to get it where we had it before. So I'm excited about the opportunity.
Now, let me ask you this, man. When did you decide you want to get into coaching? I know you played and kind of got jumped right into it. So at what point in your head did you say, man, this coaching thing might be good for me down the road in my future?
Well, the whole, I love playing, man. I still play. I play 3-on-3 now. I'm in shape. I work out all the time. If I could play for the Lakers right now, you see me in the purple and gold right now. The thing is, once you're not good enough to play anymore, the next best thing is coaching. So I played in Europe for a few years, came back from Europe, and I hurt my knee my second year in Europe, so I had surgery. So I was sitting out that year, and my buddy was coaching high school and said, hey, you want to be my JV coach? Like, yeah, why not? And I started coaching, and I just got the bug. And if you're not going to play at a high level, the next thing is coaching. I started coaching. I started coaching high school and AAU, and I was also part of some good AAU programs. And then we ended up going to. I got the opportunity at Central Connecticut as an assistant coach, and I've been coaching 21 years later. Been coaching. I did a year in China with the pros, but mostly college basketball has been what I've been doing for the last 20 years.
And being the high school roots, AAU roots for recruiting is going to be good for you because your relations are already built in. Guys know who you are and know he's corridor up there. So talk about that, being with the relationships you have built with coaches and programs up there to get guys to come up there and be a Blue Devil, man.
Right. I was like, again, when I got back from Europe and I started coaching high school, the guy I worked with, Jerry DiGregorio, he's after leaving coaching, he coached with the University of Rhode Island as an assistant coach. He became the head coach at Rhode Island. He also became the assistant coach with the Clippers. And then he was on Mark Jackson's staff with the Golden State Warriors. So Jerry's kind of went all over the place. And it all started from our AAU roots because with the high school thing, we were AAU. So Lamar Odom played for us at AAU. And Lamar graduated from the high school that I coached at. So we had Lamar, and Gary Charles is the guy who used to coach the New York Panthers. And I was Gary's assistant. And at the time, the New York Panthers probably were one of the best AAU programs in the country. So, Doug Wren, Lamar Odom, Tony Robertson. We had guys going to UConn, Rhode Island, Maryland. We had a really big time roster of guys. And so I met so many people throughout that AAU period. So the guys at that time, ABCD camp was huge. So we would have our guys from New York, Connecticut, Jersey area, Chicago Mean Streets, and Mac Urban Fire would bring their guys from Chicago. T-Mac came. I remember when T-Mac came out of the blue, nobody knew who he was, came from Orlando. So I met so many of the AAU coaches that once I took the step from high school to college, I had so many friends in the AAU community. The recruiting part is never easy, but I had a foot in the door because I knew so many people. So that really helped me out. And then just being all over the country, coaching all over the country, it's kind of opened the door for me to recruit nationally.
Mm-hmm.
Working at UConn, those days with Rudy Gay and Kemba Walk and Shabazz Napier and those guys, those guys are East Coast guys, but at UConn, we could go to Texas, we could go to California. Marcus Williams from California, we had Emeka Okafor and Thabit both came from Texas. We can go down those places and find guys and get guys to come to Connecticut. So I feel confident that I can recruit here nationally, but in this corridor, like you said, this Northeast corridor, there's so many good players. You can just drive within a 6-hour radius and lock up. If you can just lock these guys in that 6-hour radius, you'll be in a good spot. You'll be a really good place. So I'm gonna concentrate on this Northeast, Mid-Atlantic states, the New England states, and try and keep these guys in this area. And if I do have to go out to Chicago or Texas or go to a foreign country, I will. But I want to try and get that main core from this area of the country.
And coach, what guys need to realize, look at John Morant. He could have went to South Carolina and maybe not got any shine. He went to Murray State, got better. Look at him now. So if you come to a school in the NAC, come play for you at Central Connecticut State, they gonna find you. If you can play, they gonna find you if you can play. And if you're a baller, they got the eyes in the sky. They ain't gonna lie. You can play. They gonna find you.
Right. The game, and I say this all the time, man. The game in the last 10 years has changed so much with the no hand checking and the 3-point shooting, the way guys shoot threes. So it allows, if you're skilled, IQ, and you can shoot the basketball, you got a shot at the league because they value shooting, spacing, basketball IQ. So you're absolutely right about Ja. Ja was a skinny kid from Sumter, South Carolina. I went to high school in South Carolina. He's a skinny kid from like 20 minutes from where I went to high school. And the guys, one of my buddies was on that staff at Murray State, and they saw him in Carolina. South Carolina was like, I don't know if he's ready yet, whatever. Murray State took him, and you're right. A couple of years later, boom, he's in the league. At DePaul, when I was at DePaul, we had a kid, Max Strus. Max is on the Miami Heat right now. Max was a Division II guy from Chicago and was putting up crazy numbers at D2. His mom went to DePaul, so he wanted to transfer. We took him as a D2 transfer to DePaul. He goes to the Big East, comes to the Big East, averages 19 a game in the Big East. And the Celtics picked him up, played for the Bulls a little bit, and now the Heat just signed him to a multi-year contract. He had 21 points like 3 weeks ago for the Heat. So, I mean, if you can play, like you said, they got guys, the eye in the sky is all over the place. They got guys all over looking for you. So they'll find you. I coached at Fairleigh Dickinson in this league too. And we had a kid at Fairleigh Dickinson, Darnell Edge, who led the country in free throw shooting percentage, 94% from the free throw line. Darnell had a great senior year. We won the conference championship. He has 33 points in the playing game versus Prairie View on national TV. Reggie Miller did the game. Everybody's talking about it.
I remember that game.
And the Utah Jazz offered him a spot with their summer league team. He goes to Utah Jazz, played I told him, I said, no, you're not going to play much. Just relax. Just get there early, put the extra work in, good attitude, and watch what happens. And then they offered him a G League spot later on after the summer league. And he ended up taking a pretty good contract in Poland. But, it doesn't matter if you're in the NEC or the Big East. You got to, if you can play and you know how to play and you can shoot the basketball, you have a shot.
Tell us about Greg Correnda. He's a good friend of the show, man. He's a real funny guy, very energetic. Tell us about working for Greg Correnda, man. His energy every day. FDU family, as he always says.
Oh, that's my guy right there. One of the best in the business. And Coach Correnda is so crazy. I've known him, 25 years. When I was at UConn as an assistant, Greg, our associate head coach was George Blaney. Greg was George Blaney's assistant when they were at Seton Hall together. So Coach Correnda would come up and do workout. He would speak at our camp. He would speak to the campers at our camp. And he always had a passionate speech. He was always he was sweating. He would do the workout with the guys the kids on the court. And he was really working at it. I was like, this guy is serious about what he does. And so what you hear, his personality, he's got a great high energy, this Northeast hardcore New Jersey personality. That's him all the way. And he the 2 years at FDU, I mean, we got so close. Like I knew him really well, but we got so close, and we won the championship together. Great time to be together. He has a really good program. I took a lot from him as far as learning how to run a program and work guys out, work on offense and defense. So I'm looking forward to competing against him. But that's my guy. Great man right there.
No doubt. Tell us about the league, man. The league is tough from top to bottom, in my opinion. There's no easy nights in the NEC. People don't see because they're not on ESPN all the time. It's on the digital network, ESPN3 and ESPN Plus. But man, the ball in your league is tough. Like from Derek Kellogg and all of it, LIU, Brooklyn, and all that stuff, man. Like
Right. Yep.
Wagner's tough. Everybody's tough in that league. You can't. It's no easy outs in that league. No night. It's all gonna be a hit, knock down, drag out game, no matter whoever you play.
Exactly.
Old school Knicks and Heat series, what it is in that league, man.
There you go, man. That's what it is. Absolutely. And then the thing about, a lot of people, like you said, they don't know the NEC because it's not like we have a national TV contract, but this league is a really athletic, fast, guard-centric league, guys who can score. A lot of Northeast New York kids. Jay Wright used to always say this about the Big East. The old Big East was like all of these kids were from like the New York, Jersey, Massachusetts, Connecticut area, and they play against each other in the park. And now you put them in an arena with a national TV audience, and you're seeing what the people in the park saw. That's what the NEC is very similar to that. It's hardcore, tough kids, a lot of guard-centric, quick and fast athleticism with some character coaches. Like a lot, the coaches, their teams mimic their personalities. So, Horenda's a tough guy. So his teams, they play really hard and they're tough. Jared Grasso, he's another Long Island guy, tough guy. His team at Bryant University, his teams are really good. Like DK used to Derek Kellogg from his UMass days, another guy. So this league is very, very good. A lot of people, and I'm hoping that we can get some more national exposure. The playing game a few years ago helped us, the FDU, to win that we beat Prairie View. We were down 13 in the first half, and we came back and won the game. Great game, and it gave us a lot of attention. So we need more wins like that in the league, in the NCAA tournament, to get more eyes on us. But I think this league is really special. It's a hidden gem. It's a lot of fun. And again, like if you like guard play and perimeter quickness, this is a league for you.
And coach, coming up here in June, here you're gonna have guys back on campus, hopefully, to do workouts for you being your first year there. How's it gonna be for you to get on the court, your guys, see what you have, evaluate the young men, get them stronger, and give them some player development skills and work development going, so you can get them ready for October when everything tips off again.
Yeah, so we're gonna do ours a little different. So when I got the job, we have 4 guys on the team, 7 guys in the portal, and we only used 11 scholarships last year. So I'm trying to re-recruit 3 of the guys back, and then I'm also trying to get 6 guys to come. We're getting close to having 3 commitments. I think that's going to happen. Maybe a 4th one in the next couple of days. And then we'll probably still have 2 or 3 more scholarships. So with those 2 or 3 more scholarships, we're going to probably go into July with those, looking at different players. But to answer your question, all our guys are going to do virtual classes in June, July, August. We're going to come back to school when the football team come back, and we're going to go through a 3-week, 4-week mini camp. So during that time, our workouts there, I'm going to try and get guys working out and getting them acclimated to how we're going to defend our ball screen coverage, transition defense, and then work on our offense. So we'll do that in that little 3-4 week mini camp thing that we have right before we start school. And then once we start school, it's on. We'll be right at it, full speed.
No doubt. I got the last 2 for you, coach. This, man, what is your favorite food spot in the ATL when you come down here?
Ooh, favorite food spot. Aunt Kizzy's is down there, right?
Oh yeah.
You taking a walk? Yeah. My brother took me down there a couple of times. Yeah, I like that. He kind of takes me all over. I've been in so many different places. I only go maybe once, twice a year, but I want to say Aunt Kizzy's, and I go to the one in LA a lot too. So that's my favorite food spot.
And final one for you, this man. What has been your favorite moment in your basketball career? Whether it be playing or
Favorite
coaching?
moment?
Yeah, playing or
Yeah.
coaching.
And I've had 21 years. I had a lot of good moments playing, coaching. Um, Even in high school, we won a state, we won a championship, our conference championship with a half court heave at the buzzer to win that game. That was crazy. I said to Horrendo all the time. One of my favorite times in college is down 13 in that play-in game versus Prairie View and coming back to win that game. I've coached in the Final Four. In the Sweet 16, we played Washington with Brandon Roy, and we had a kid on our team, Rashad Anderson, make a three late to put us up to win that game. Great game. That was a knockdown, drag out fight. I was in the 6 overtime game with Syracuse,
I
and we
remember
ended up
that.
losing. Yeah, we lost that game. But that was, I remember after that game, Coach Calhoun coming in and saying, everybody was down. We were down as coaches because we thought we lost the number 1 seed for the NCAA tournament. We still got it. And but Coach said, "Hey, people are going to talk to you guys for years about this game." And every year for the Big East tournament, I get a call from somebody about that game. So I mean, there's a lot of special moments. Even in China, we won a game in China. We got back on the plane. We came back. There's like 2,500 fans at the airport waiting for us to celebrate. So it's been a lot of. It's hard to pinpoint one of them, but I would say my first year playing in Europe, I didn't go to the championship game, and the
Wow.
semifinal game to get to the championship, I had one of my best games as a player. So I think maybe 25 points and 11 rebounds, something like a lot of assists. But I played in one of my best games. I felt like I was the best game I've ever played as a player. So that's probably one of my best games.
No doubt. But coach, I'm definitely gonna
Yeah.
support you and your team, man. I'll try to give you brothers a chance on the show, man, to come and talk about your program and give you a platform. So, coach, they want to come on this show. It's open to you. I don't care. Just let me know. It's done.
All right, man. Hey, you get my boy Herindo up there. I definitely got to come up. I got to beat him on there, man.
Yeah, you got to. Hey, hey,
Yeah,
he come on the show, man. It's about 40-minute conversation. Hey,
exactly.
hey,
He's
thank God
classic,
I don't
man.
have commercials to worry about. Thank God for that. No hard outs.
Right. He's classic.
Hey, coach, you be
All
good.
right.
Talk to you real soon, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.